it's Amy here and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel for the first time. Either way, I'm excited to have you guys. Today is going to be a demo and review of the new NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint. You can purchase it at NARS website, online, and Sephora, and it retails for $44. And you do get 1.7 ounces, which is really cool. Technically, it's not a foundation. They're calling it a skin tint. So to me, at first, when I saw it, I was like, okay, it's going to be like a BB cream or moisturizer or just like a tinted moisturizer, similar to like a Laura Mercier one is like the one I had in mind. However, I can tell you from applying it, wearing it, and you'll see in the demo, and I actually have it on my face right now, it's like a foundation. Seriously, just like a foundation. It performs like a foundation and right off the bat has a medium coverage, and it is definitely buildable in the areas you need it. I would not build it up to full coverage on your whole face because I just don't think it works that way, but I think it does build up nicely in some of those areas. You'll see it in the demo. I built it up a little bit more on my chin and around my nose where I have redness and like acne spots, and I thought it did really well at building up to a more full coverage foundation or skin tint. But I really like this. Like I said, it has SPF in it. It's 1.7 ounces, and they do have 12 shades out there. And I'm in the shade Light Zero, which is Terra Nova, which has a pink undertone. They did have the next lightest shade, which is again Light Zero, but it's Finland with a yellow undertone. So I'd say overall they have about 6 different skin shades, and then each one has a pink or yellow undertone to it, so overall 12. So I think they have a really great color range. It was really easy to match myself to it. I did go in the store and Color IQ just to make sure that I had the pink undertone like I thought I did, and you'll see in the demo and like right now I think it matches my skin tone beautifully. So a lot of shades. It also says it's a matte skin tint. I would say if you have dry skin, it is definitely matte for you guys. For me, who has more in the combination to oily skin type, it's semi-matte. I think especially in the demo, you'll see it's not just a flat matte kind of skin tint or foundation. It's kind of demi-matte or semi-matte, where in some areas like around here it was a little bit more luminous, which I didn't mind. I liked it. In the demo I did show you it without a primer because I want to check in with you guys later and show you what it truly looks like and how it performs without a primer that's going to enhance the wearability. However, I think if you have dry skin, I would definitely put a moisturizing or hydrating primer underneath. That way you're not going to get any dry patches or cracks like around your nose or your mouth where you would get the driest. If you're someone with combo to oily skin, I think I've worn it yesterday to work for 12-13 hours with no primer and I thought it was gorgeous. But if you're really truly looking for a matte finish, I would definitely use a mattifying primer. The one that I'm probably going to wear with it this week is going to be the Makeup Forever Step 1, how they have a bunch of those in the line. I have the gray one, which is the mattifying one. So I would wear that personally underneath this to make it a true matte finish if that's what I was going for that day. Otherwise, I think it wears beautifully. It's just demi-matte. So, and it does say that it has a velvety smooth finish, which I agree with. It just glides onto the skin beautifully. They also say it's supposed to have blurring properties in it. I agree with that. I don't think it's like a color correcting thing or anything, but it just kind of smooths out everything and blurs it and gives it a flawless look. And you'll see in the demo, and I'll tell you why I do prefer using a beauty blender to apply this foundation versus a brush. So you will see that in the demo. And the last couple things I wanted to mention about it is oil free, which is really great for our combo and oily skin gals and guys out there. And then also it does have vitamin C and vitamin E. So I think this is going to be a fantastic foundation to wear in the summertime if you're wanting a really natural, pretty look, but not, you know, you're not going to feel like you're wearing a ton of foundation, but it's going to give you a really nice coverage for how light it feels. So I think it's going to be a fantastic skin tint or foundation, whatever you want to call it, for spring and summer, and that a lot of people are going to like this. Now we will move into the demo, and then I will check in with you guys later in the day and then give you my final thoughts on this product. So let's go into the demo. Alright guys, so now it's time for the demo. This is what the packaging looks like again, and I am in the shade Light Zero, which is Terra Nova, which has a pink undertone. They did have another Light Zero, which I believe was called Finland, which had a yellow undertone. So they have tons of shades and lots of color range for the different tones that your skin may have. But I definitely have a more pink undertone, so I went with Terra Nova. So now I am going to kind of dot that all over my skin, and then I am going to blend it out with a beauty blender. I have played around with this since I've got it, and the first time I applied it with a brush, and I really prefer how it looks with a beauty blender. I think you just get a lot less patchiness and streaking, and it just gives a really more flawless look. I found with the brush that it just kind of was like layering it on top of my skin rather than really like blending into the skin. So definitely I prefer it with a beauty blender, so you can see this is what the lightest shade looks like. And now I'm going to blend this in, and I'm going to do one layer. And the reason being that you'll see, I think it applies pretty beautifully to the skin and gives pretty medium coverage right off the bat, considering it's just only a skin tint and technically not even a foundation. I think it gives really good coverage. I don't think you really need more than one. However, it is buildable, and so I have tried both ways. And I may go ahead and put a little bit more on some of those areas where I have redness or, you know, acne going on my skin. But like, look at my eyes right now. It's definitely already covered up all those veins, you know, that you naturally have on your eyelids. And so I think that's really great coverage considering it's a skin tint and not even a foundation. So I think it gives really beautiful coverage. Definitely medium coverage, but buildable, which I don't think you're gonna find a lot of the times with a skin tint. A lot of the skin tints are more like BB creams or just kind of like a tinted moisturizer. So really impressed by that. So this is the coverage that you get with one little layer. Like I said, I do think it is buildable. So I'm gonna give a little bit more coverage down here and like right in this area. One, because I think I need to cover up some of these areas, and two, I want you to see that it is buildable. So there we go. And I don't find that this cakes up when you go in with the second layer. It's still just really beautiful and natural looking, which is the whole point of this product, is that it was supposed to be just very natural looking. I think this is going to be a really, really great skin tint, or in my case, I really think it's very similar to a foundation. I think it's going to give really nice coverage in the summer, but feel so lightweight and natural, like you're not wearing a ton of makeup, that people are really, really going to like it in the summertime, because it's going to give you that lightweight feel, but yet you're going to be matte and you're not going to be super glowy and dewy. Especially if you have combination or oily skin, I think you're really going to like the fact that it feels lightweight and you have good coverage, but yet it's going to look really perfect for summer. So there you can see I have built it up a little bit more. A lot of those redness and dark spots have been covered up. Again, it's not a foundation. It's definitely not full coverage, so it's not going to do that. But I think it gives really nice coverage for a skin tint. So this is how it applied to the skin. I think it applies gorgeously, and it's pretty dang flawless, you guys. Like, I think it's super pretty. And you'll see, I think it wears really, really well throughout the day. So now I'm going to go put on the rest of my makeup. Alright guys, it has been about 3 hours and 45 minutes. It is now my second check-in. Unfortunately, I just do not have the time today to do a check-in later in the day, but I can tell you that I wore this foundation all day yesterday for like 12 to 13 hours, and it lasted beautifully. I was actually FaceTiming with a friend, and I told her what I had on, and she was like, oh, I was just gonna tell you, your skin looked great, and it looked really pretty. And I was like, awesome, because it had been about like 13 hours since I had put that on at like 7:30 in the morning, and this was like 8:30 at night. So I think it wears beautifully. Like I said, it's been about 3 hours and 45 minutes since I first showed you guys the demo, and I think it still looks absolutely stunning. There's no cracking on my personal skin. I have heard other reviews that people with very dry skin, that they get a little bit of cracking in like these areas where you're typically the driest. Like I said, I think it's easily something that can be counteracted as long as you wear a primer. If you have dry skin, I would wear a very hydrating primer underneath this, since it is a velvet matte finish. And then if you're someone like me that is combo to oily, I think you could wear a typical normal primer you typically would wear. Also, yesterday when I wore it for 13 hours, I did not wear any primer, nor did I wear a primer today, because I wanted to show you guys the true finish of it without something that's going to enhance the quality of the product. So I think it wears beautifully without a primer. I'm still probably going to wear a primer sometimes as well when I want like a super matte look, because as you can tell right now, even though I have highlighter right here, if you look on my forehead or my nose, it's not like so flat matte. It does have a little bit of a like demi-matte finish. So if you want a very, very matte finish, you can either use a mattifying primer or you could use a mattifying setting powder. I also wanted to mention, because I wasn't sure if I did before, I did set all of this with a setting powder as well, because I think that's going to help make the foundation stay in place no matter what. But overall, this is a beautiful, beautiful product. I think it's so lightweight, so natural looking. It lasts a long time. Really impressed considering it's a tint technically and not a foundation. However, I think it performs just like a foundation. Very medium to buildable coverage. However, I don't think you need to build it up. I think it's a very nice medium coverage foundation. I think it's so light wearing, like it doesn't even feel like I have anything on my skin. It looks very natural looking, and I think this is going to be a fantastic foundation for the spring and summertime. I think it's just going to be super nice. It's also really nice for those like very casual girls that are like, I don't want a lot of makeup, or I'm very minimalistic and I just want something really easy. If you want like an all-in-one product, I think this is going to be fantastic. So overall, I'm super duper impressed with this new NARS product. I hope you guys enjoyed this demo and review and found it helpful, and let me know down below in the comment section if you're excited about this product or what you think of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you can stay tuned to all my upcoming videos, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!